Well, hello and welcome to the channel. This is Oliver coming to you from y'all by the sea in Ireland over here in Europe, and it's a very wet and windy day that we have today. Now, in this series of videos, which is number 105 in our series, we delve back into the archives of the Telegraph newspaper in the UK, and we're looking at their diabolical puzzle of 5473 from the 23rd of April 2021. Now, with any luck, we'll be publishing this on the Friday, 3rd November 2023. Okay, so what we normally do is we just use basic solving techniques first. If that solves it, grand. If not, we'll then go to more advanced techniques and probably give a second video for the advanced techniques if there's a lot involved. Generally with these diabolical ones, you can be guaranteed at least one X-Wing or a derivative of an X-Wing or a chain in it. Sometimes you can have 3 or 4 in there. If you look in the comments below, you're going to more than likely find that some of the viewers have been looking at this and come up with their own nice, neat solutions, quite often a lot nicer and neater than my ones. So have a look at those as well. Anyway, this is the puzzle 5473, and I'm using Sven's Sudoku pad, which is, I find, very, very handy. And there's a link for that down below in my comments, by the way. So if you pick on a cell, and that's the candidate in the cell 1, if you double click, it'll show you where else that is in our puzzle. And all we're trying to do now is find any other cell where there'll either be a unique of that one or a pair, which we call a Snyder pair. Well, it looks like we can't go any further with the 1, so we're taking on the 2. Much easier. Okay, if you hold the control and click, you can show where, right, so the 2 is going to be here, or sorry, it can't be here, and it can't be here, so this is where we're going to have a possible two 2s in that house. We call them Snyder pairs, and traditionally they go into the corners. Try it again. Well, look at this one. You can't have a 2 here, can't have a 2 here, so we're going to have another Snyder pair of 2s in there. Not across here, not across here, and not there, so we get another 2 in here. And finally, not down there or not down there, so another 2 2s in there, and that's it. Yeah, we've got something in each house for a 2, so we can go on now to the 3s. Right, can't be there, can't be here or here, so we now put in a unique 3 in there. Looking down here, not across there or there, so we have a Snyder pair of 3s in there. That's all we can do with the 3s, so we skip along to the 4s. Well, not here, not here, not here, so there's our Snyder 4s. That's all I can see, so I want a 5. Well, can't be down here or here, so this is where our 2 5s are going to be. Now, this is also called a conjugate pair, because it means we know that in this cell and this cell will be a 2 and 5, and we can't have anything else there. And to highlight them, I usually color them. I go green, saying it is that's where the 2 and 5 will be for the house. I also do red, because that's where the 2 and 5 will be for this column. So back to our 5s. Well, over here we can't have a 5 here, so it's going to be in these 2 up here. I think that's all we need now for the 5s, so we want to the 6s. Well, you can't have it here, you can't have it here, and we know it can't be in there, so that's where the 2 6s will be in that house. And going up this way, not here or here, so they're going to be in here. And we can't have it there, so it's going to be here and here. We're getting a lot of them in there now, aren't we? And not down there, not across here, so it's going to be here and here. Now, as well as that's where the 2 6s are for the house, it's also going to be where the 2 6s are for the row. So that's known as a pointing pair. So we can't have 6s there, we can't have it here. So now we know that the 2 6s are going to be here. Well, we've got a bit of 6 everywhere onto the 7s. Well, can't have a 7 there, or here. That means this has to be the 7 and not the 6. So this one now has to be our 6. Just check the 6s again. This means this can't be the 6 up here. So this down here must be the 6 for that house. If that's the 6, then this one can't be the 6, which means this one here must be the 6. That's what makes the Snyder Pairs so handy to have. Now with those 2 there, we can't have a 6 there or there, so we get 2 6s up here. And they tie in with the 2 6s here. Now this is actually an advanced technique, but since it's come here, I think we might as well do it. And if you have never done X-Wings before, go down into the comments and you'll find a link there for X-Wings. Now the X-Wing is basically, I'll show you these 4 here, those 6s. So we can only have 2 6s across here. And we can only have these 2 6s across here. They can't be anywhere else. Like we can't have it in there, we can't have it in there, we can't have a 6 here, and we can't have a 6 here. So that's where the 2 6s are. So just suppose this is a 6. Well, if that's a 6, then this is not a 6 and this is not a 6. That's fair enough. That's if that is a 6. Well, suppose it's not a 6, then this becomes the 6. If that's a 6, this is not a 6. And if that's not a 6, then this is the 6. And if that's a 6, this isn't. So no matter what value we have in here for the 6, so we can get rid of that 6 here. Anyway, as I said, that's an X-Wing. If you've never done them before, have a look down below at them. And so it's just a standard X-Wing, which means that this one here becomes the 6. Yeah, that's it. 7s again. Well, we have another one here. We have can't be there, so our 7s must be in these 2 places here. And again, that becomes a conjugate pair, which I'm going to colour again as green for the house and red for a column. Let me just check 7s again. Well, we can't have a 7 here. We can't have a 7 there. So that's where the 2 7s are going to be in that house. And that's also a pointing pair, which means we can't have 7s here. We can't have the 7 there because of this one. So we're now going to have 2 7s here. Right, now we'll hop on to the 8s. Oh, we just have the 1 8. Oh, look at that. Can't have an 8 there, so this is where the 2 8s are going to be over here. Now at this stage in the game, that's all we can really do with the 8, so we've gone to 9s. Well, can't have it over there, and we can't have it over here. It can't be in this one because that has to be a 2 or 7. So this is where we're going to have the 2 9s in this house. Up here, not there, or here. So there's our 2 9s, and again, well, can't have it across here. That's also a pointing pair, so we can't have it there, which means this has to be the 9 and not the 8, which means this has to be the 8 and not the 5, which means this one here has to be the 5. Now let's go back and see what we can get for the 5s. Well, can't have across there, can't have it across here, so in here we have to have our 2 5s. Again, we've got a conjugate pair, and this time it's going to be for a house and for a row. Now that's important because we know that it's either 2 or 5 in here. So what can go into these 2 over here? Well, it can't be 1, it can't be a 2 because that's where they are. Can't be a 3. It could be a 4. Can't be a 5, can't be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, and it could be a 9. So 4 9 is what goes in there. Again, that's going to be for a house and for a row. Now we were doing 5s. That's how we can do in the 5. I'll just skip through them again. I'm not sure what else we brought in here. We'll just check 6. That wasn't it. I don't think it was 7s. And we put in an 8 here. So maybe there's something on the 8 now. No, nothing there. And 9s. Well, we have. Can't have a 9 down there, which means this now becomes a unique 9. Can't have a 9 across here. Can't have a 9 across there or down here. We get another unique 9 in here. Now that 9 means that this one here can't be the 9. So it'll have to be the 4 and that'll have to be the 9. So I'll put the 4 in there and the 9 in here and get rid of the colours. Continue with the 9s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 9 here means we can't have a 9 there, which means this one here is the 9, the unique 9. And I think that's all the 9s, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's all the 9s. Great. Well, there's 2 missing here in this house. Again, it's going to be a conjugate pair. So let's work out what has to go in there. Well, it's going to be a 1, can't be 2, 3, 4. It can be a 5, not 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 1, 5, and coloured green for the house and red for the column. And that's this column more or less sorted out. 2s. There's no change there. 3s. Over here. Can't have a 3 down there. Well, we know we can't have it in here. So that's where the 2 3s are going to be in there. And again, that's a conjugate pair, green and red. 3s. And 4. There's the 4. Well, can't be across here. Can't be across here. So the 2 4s are going to go in there. Well, can't be down here and can't be across there. So we get a unique 4 in here. That's a nice one, because that unique 4 means that we can't have the 4 there. And the 4 has to be up here. I'll just continue the 4s first. Not down there, not down there, not here, needless to say. So 2 4s in there. Now that's all the 4s done. But you see here we just have 2 left. If you look at it as the column or as the house, probably easier to look at it as the column. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing 5. We have 6, 7. We're missing 8, and we have 9. So that's going to be a 5, 8 for the house and for the column. So now just try the 5s. 6. Where's 7? Well, there's an interesting one we can do here. We know that the 7 can't be here. That means the 7 is going to be in one of these 3 here. And that's now a pointing triple on the 7s, which means we can't have a 7 here. So the 7 is going to have to be in one of these 2 here. Back to the 7s. And 8. Well, can't be over here. So the 8 is going to be in one of these 2 down here. I think we're coming close to the end of what we can actually put in now. And we've all the 9s, haven't we? Yeah, we've all the 9s. Now, at this stage, I normally start looking at rows and columns and maybe putting in a couple of the candidates in different places. I don't want to go for a second video because I have a feeling that that X-Wing that we put in, most of these ones, they'll only have one advanced feature in it. So I have a feeling that we should be able to sort this out with just what we have. Now, if we start looking at putting in the different candidates, like we look at this row here, there's just 3 left, so it's not too hard to put it into it. And 6, 7, and what's the other one? Because there's 3 of them there. 6, 7, 8 is what we're going to have across there. And let's put them in 6, 7, 8. And this one here is going to be 7, 8 because we already have the 6. This will be 6, 7, 8 and 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's 3 here, which means this one will also have to be a 6, 7, 8. And what can we get rid of there? We can get rid of the 6. There's a 6 over there on the left. That didn't help. We'll keep on over here. Well, there's a 7, 8 there, and it's going to be, and there's a 7, 8 here. Okay, it's going to, so it's 4, 7, 8. Yeah, what's wrong with me? Wake up. So that's 4, 7, 8. And it's going to be, this one's going to be, we have a 7 at the bottom, so we can get rid of that. So that's going to be a 4, 8. And the next one is 4, 7, 8. Triple there, triple here. I wonder is there some sort of a bent something or other. No, 7 8 7 8 4 7 8. Oh, 7 8 4 8 4 7 8. No, I can't see anything there. Maybe other people out there who know these bent triples and Y-wings and things like that better than I do can come up with something. I can't. Oh, look at here. We have 2 here in this column. And what is left there is 1 8. So that is column only. Won't it be worthwhile just these 2 here? These 2. Actually, they are what we have there. That's a 4 6 and this is a 4 8. I'll just stick them in the center. That's going to be a 4 6 and that's going to be a 4 8. What's this one going to be though? That's going to be a 1 6. And this one is a 1 8. So it's a 1 6 4 6 4 8 and a 1 8 down there. Didn't come out as nicely as I'd hoped. Oh, we might as well just put the rest of them in. We're so close to it. In there is going to be, oh, there's a 1 2 3 1 2 3 7 5. Oh, it's a 1 3 7 8 is what we're looking at there. Yeah, that'll be a 1 3 7 8. Yep, that's all 1 3 7 8. That didn't help. Okay, everything else has failed. Give me a second, let me work out what goes into these ones over here. Okay, back to you in a second. I decided to put in everything since I've gone so far. And this, oh, I made a mistake there. There's 2 7s there, 2 7s here, 2 7s there. We can't have a 7 here. Get rid of that 7. Bum. There's 2 7s that way. Oh, look this way. We just have 1 7 across there. That was nice. So we can put in a 7 there, and this software is hard now getting rid of the other bits and pieces around the place. And what else can we say? 2 5s along here, which means we can't have any 5s in here. So get rid of all those 5s. And does that do anything? Yes, it does. It means this is going to be our 5 now, and the other one's going to be our 8. That 8 gets rid of these ones over here. And let's get rid of that 7 as well. Well, this is where I've got to, and the next thing that I would normally do is have a look at rows and columns and feed in there all the pairs that you find. Like if you see 2 1s, just seeing it. Okay, there are 2 1s here. If you look at this row, there could only be 2 1s, so if you put those in there, and that means we get rid of these 2 1s here. So to sort of clean it up and put in these, I might use the other software for that. And looking at it, I do see another row where we can put in another 2. Look, no, I won't. I'm not going to do it. Right. So let me just leave it at that and have a look at it, see if you can come up with the next advanced technique and do it and finish it off. I have a feeling this will end up with, that'll just be the end of it. So not too bad as a puzzle. It is a good one to sort of sink your teeth into if you're not really good at X-Wings. And for those of you who are very experienced with all the other esoteric ones, you'll probably find this one a little bit boring, but I find it interesting. All right, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comments. So if you have a solution, stick it in down below for other people. They very much appreciate it. Subscribe and click on the bell so that you'll know when I put up my solution to this, which should be fairly soon. All right, so thanks for watching, and Slán Tamil.